Now, one of Miss Sarah Jones's almost legendary pop interviews.
Hello, and a big welcome to Ian Gillan. Hi there.
Hello,
nice of you to pop in and see us. You've had an amazingly busy year. You've just come back from Japan and Australia, haven't you?
That's right.
How did you enjoy that?
That was amazing, really good, yeah. Very exciting.
And
very hot.
Yeah.
And wet.
Was it?
Yeah. Didn't stop raining for the moment we left home.
Just like England.
Exactly.
You can't have got homesick.
Not warm enough.
And you started a British tour last night, didn't
That's
you?
right,
What are you doing, 44 dates or something ridiculous?
Approximately.
Yeah. I mean, Gillan, you often always said is a touring band. I mean, how much of the year, in fact, do you spend on the road?
Well, it goes in generally we do about 200 shows a year. But it's not that difficult, really. I mean, people seem to think it's a lot of hard work, but we really enjoy it.
But the travelling is so tiring, don't you think?
Well, yeah, the really long flights, but I mean, it's not. You get used to it, really.
There's been a lot written in the press actually about this plan of yours to do a world tour, but do it on a ship. I mean, how possible and feasible is that?
It's actually in operation now. We're starting to plan it. We've got a lot of the financing going already.
Yeah.
We need sponsors, obviously, and we've got quite a few lined up. But it's much more than just a tour. We're going to make a film and. We'll be doing TV documentaries and books and everything else. I mean, it'll be an event.
When will it happen and how long will it take?
84, 85, about a year to 18 months
You've got to
in
plan
duration.
that far ahead, really.
Yeah, we have to now to get the ships and everything else lined up.
Yeah.
I doubt if it'll be one ship all the way around, but it'll be pretty much like regular tours in the continents, but we'll be taking shows to places where they haven't had music before.
It's a real adventure then, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
I've never grown up anyway.
It's 9 years ago, well, 8 years ago, since, in fact, that you left Deep Purple. And really, you left the music business then, didn't you?
For a year.
For a while. And you really must have had to start all over again. And how difficult was that?
Well, very difficult.
Yeah.
You've got to relearn a lot of things you've forgotten. But it's important, I think, having gone through something like Purple, you feel you've got something to prove, and so you've got to go in with both eyes open, and really it's a challenge to keep aware of what's going on around you. You could very easily settle down and just rely upon things you've done in the past, but we always try to avoid that.
Also, the other amazing fact, I know from when we spoke before, was that you in fact left Deep Purple, a band that generated millions of pounds, and you were virtually broke, weren't you?
Yeah, well...
Which seems unbelievable, really.
I don't know. There's an embarrassment of riches in other areas, actually. I don't really... People talk about astronomical figures in terms of money, but it just looks that way. It all seems to go on one thing or another.
Yes, absolutely. But you would think at the end of it that you'd at least end up financially set up, really.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not too bad. I've got a studio out of it.
Yeah. Now, you've got a new album out, Double Trouble, half a live album, half a studio album. I gather, in fact, that when you first recorded the studio album, you took the tape away and you didn't like it, did you?
I threw it out the window of the car, actually. And it's still probably somewhere on the hard shoulder of the M4 now. No, it took me 2 or 3 weeks to really get to like this album, because it was the first time we've used a producer.
Yeah.
And we've got fixed ideas in our minds. I think musicians often fall into the trap of wanting to hear things their particular way, whereas perhaps it's not the best way for the majority of people to hear it.
But then
so now I'm delighted with it. I'm absolutely over the moon.
But it took you a while to get into it.
And I think we'll stick with the producer now for good.
Right. Okay, thank you, Ian. We're going to be giving away a bass guitar and a Gillan flag, in fact, in just a minute. But let's hear your current top 40 single, and here it is. It's Nightmare from Gillan.
Get on the first available flight. There's someone hot on my tail who's blowing up a miserable gale. I'm all tied up with bad news heading my way. Oh yeah, I just can't breathe. There ain't no place I can stay. She just won't let me out of sight. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. She's laughing in the middle of the night.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I've just introduced my son here.
That's my daddy.
Are you two related?
Yes, well,
Absolutely,
we look at each other, don't we?
John McCoy.
Well, he's
Yes,
got two
I
eyes and a
can
nose.
see-
The real McCoy.
Yes,
Me, not
very
me.
nice.
It's my daddy.
Yeah, John,
He's
we
my
saw you
daddy,
play
aren't
Pop
I?
Personality Pass the Pie earlier. What a performance that was.
Thank you, thank you.
And you brought along this bass guitar to give
Yes,
away,
I
haven't
brought
you?
this guitar.
Oh, just a minute. What's happened to it?
It went out of tune. It's sort of
Did you get rather aggressive last night and smash it up? So that's what you're giving away, is it?
yes, it's the
Obviously
body's
well
okay.
worth winning, folks. Obviously well worth winning. What do they have to do to win this? We've also got the Gillan flag that's being massacred by the kids behind us. Okay, what do they have to do to win this? Wonderful! And how can I say how generous you are in bringing this along to give away on Tiswas? What do they have to do to win it?
There's a question.
Yes.
And the question is, we have a new guitarist in the band.
Yes.
You have to write in and say what his name is
Yes.
and where he and I worked together before he joined the band.
Okay. Okay, I think I understand that. Entrance to our usual address, which you obviously all know the address by now. Tiswas ATV Line, Birmingham, B12JP. Thanks again for that. It's
That's all
absolutely
right.
fabulous. And thank you, Ian. I know you're in Leeds tonight, aren't you?
Yep.
Have a good one then.
Thank
and
you.
thanks for
I knew
dropping
you were
in.
going to be someone.
Night.
Daddy.
Gosh, the bricks are getting heavier. Thanks very much. Last week, Bruce Pannell was here, and he brought along this set of leathers, his own set of leathers, and he asked a question to win it. And the question was, who was the American national champion? Oh, that was John McCoy getting it across to pie there. Who was the American national champion in 1972? Den, don't leave Ian out here, he'll be very upset. The American national champion in 1972 was Rick Woods. And hang on, there's a Gillan pie coming up. Oh, the whole